Hello, everyone. This is Renee with Angelic Comfort by Renee Marie, and I'm here with your weekly Outlook forecast for the week of August 12th, 2019. I'd like to just take a moment to thank everybody for watching and viewing these videos, and I hope that they're helping. Leave me some sort of feedback or comment when you do see these and see if they're helpful. I hope that they are for everybody. Please note that some of these may, like all of this reading, might resonate to you, and some of parts maybe, or none of it at all. Maybe it hasn't happened, it's in the process of happening. It could happen down the road. Just because it's for this week does not mean that it's not definitely for this week for everybody, okay? So if this resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, please don't make it fit. It could be coming a little bit later down the road. It just depends on where you are at in your current life. Okay, so here we go. So we have this week wishing, loyalty, and growth. Wishing. A lot of you have been wishing for something to happen, whether it be with a relationship, a new job, whether it be relocating. It could be even making amends with somebody, as we'll learn a little bit down the road here, a little bit more about that. But when we talk about wishing, we talk about we've thrown the coins into the well. As you can see, she's sitting here on the wishing well, and she's already thrown her coins in, and the light is shining down. Okay, so when you make a wish, the universe will grant you your wish. Okay, don't grant you your wish if you focus on it enough, as long as it's for the highest good of all. Now, is it just to benefit you, or will it benefit, like for a relationship, the other person too? You can't force something to work, okay? But just wishing isn't going to make it happen. You have to step out and actually do a little bit of legwork with whatever it is that you want. You have to kind of meet the universe halfway, whether it's with that new job, starting a business, relocating, making amends with people, wishing for that relationship with that one particular person. There's still legwork. You can sit there and you can think about it, but you still have to make it happen, right? And a lot of you, your wishes are going to come true this week. So what part of that wish are you going to help to fulfill it, to meet the universe halfway? What are you going to do? What steps are you going to take? A lot of you are also finding that there's been a lot of maybe disagreements with people. Maybe you've been stabbed in the back recently by, a friend or a coworker, a loved one. You feel like loyalty is just not there. But it is there. There is loyalty there. Maybe it's just not a part of your circle, and just remember, everybody that you work with is not your friend. You don't have to go and post everything online, every little detail about yourself, because you might not feel that it's out for everybody to see, but your information is, because people talk, okay? People do screenshots, stuff like that. So people find out. So you might feel backstabbed or something like that, or backstab with somebody at work because they stole an idea, or they said something that you did and maybe you didn't. Somehow there's been some sort of betrayal within your life, and you're feeling it this week, okay? Maybe you are the one who caused the betrayal towards another person. We have to remember that we're all in this together. We're all connected, okay? And how we treat others is going to be a reflection on how we're going to be treated ourselves. Okay, so if you want loyalty, you have to also show loyalty. Okay? So with that being said, with loyalty we have Grove. And Grove is talking about mending fences. Talking with somebody, getting it out in the open, trying to fix the seams on those relationships that we might have hurt or others might have hurt us with. Okay, we have to have open and honest communication. It's part of loyalty, right? In order to have friendships, relationships, anything like that, if you feel like you've been done dirty, you need to also communicate that in an appropriate way. Okay, because when there's an action, how do we accept that action? What is our reaction? How do we react? We have to stay grounded, focused, and balanced, no matter how hurt or how painful the situation is. Because if we're going to argue and yell, even with people online, over a situation, it's all emotional. It's based on emotion. It goes in circles. Nothing gets solved. Trust me, nothing will get solved. It'll keep repeating, it'll keep escalating. So what you got to do is you've got to let go, right? You got to let go of the situation. You have to forgive, forget. Even if you just say, I forgive them for not knowing any better, you don't necessarily have to be close friends with them again, but, or family, or, trusting them like that again. But maybe, what is it, your part in this, okay? And I keep saying that. What is your part in the situation? Was it something that you posted online in the heat of the moment of having, going too much based on emotions, and then somebody transferred it to somebody else and they saw it, what is it that you played a part in this emotional wise too, right? What is it? So you have to have that understanding. People make mistakes, if it's repetitive all the time, then walk away. Just let it go and walk away. But if this was a first time thing, sitting down and talking about it, discussing it, is also very important, okay? Summons in the inner courage. If this is about wanting a new relationship or anything like that, or talking with somebody who's hurt you or you've hurt them, summons the inner courage to go ahead and move forward and do what you know is right and needs to be done, okay? Remember that we all have differences. We're all different. We're all going to have differences of opinions. We're all going to have different ways that we live. People are opposite of us. People have different upbringings. People have different religious beliefs. We're all different. That's what makes us all unique. Okay? That's what makes us all unique. That's what makes the world go around. Like I've said before, if we don't have these differences in each other, we all had that little white house with a little white picket fence, and we all wore the same pretty pink dress as the females, and the males wearing, the suit and tie, and, all the little kids, the girls with little bows in their hair, and the little boys in their little shorts. And, if we all had that, the same car, the same type of job, life would be pretty boring. So accept the differences of others. And if you feel like you're getting stressed out, go ahead and meditate. If you don't have to meditate, meditation can be anything. It can be just easing your mind, listening to your inner self, not your mind, but your inner self. Okay, your subconscious, the conscious part of you that is connected to spirit. Okay, listen to that. Clear your mind of all of the other physical world muck. It could be with gardening. It could be going for a hike. It could be going swimming. It could be just sitting out, in the yard reading a book, doing something. You don't have to sit there and ohm in a room with incense going, and to meditate. Meditation is basically stilling your mind and opening up to the higher forces, to spirit, and listening to what the messages are, okay? So a lot of us want peace within our world. Okay, we want peace. There's a lot of unsettledness. There's been, a couple of mass shootings here in the United States. There's been, people are up in arms about the presidential election. We have things going on all around the world, and peace would be really nice. Peace also within our own lives, within our own small world, the world that we should be focusing on, our own family, our own selves, our own circle of friends, right? More so, though, our circle of selves and our immediate family. That's what we should be focusing on. And if you're having an issue with that, with the peace, not finding peace, figure out the reason why, and see how you can solve it. Again, through meditation, that would work. Now, when we talk about the truth be told, we talk about truth be told. You could be hearing something this week. Somebody could come to you and tell you why they weren't loyal. What did they do to backstab you, or why they did it? Or you might go to somebody and say, okay, I really need to confess. I need to sit down. I need to have peace of mind, because this is what happened, and I can't go on any further like this. You have to clear this. You have to clear this, because what goes around comes around. We need to remember that. And as you do, you're starting to build building blocks. You're building the building blocks of a, solid foundation. Okay? If you like somebody, tell them I really like them. Truth be told, tell them what it is that you're looking for in a relationship and an intimate partner. Go ahead and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to open yourselves up, to let yourself out there and be transparent to somebody who you have an interest in. That's the building blocks of a solid foundation towards building that friendship first and then going into the relationship. That's how you do that. You build the building blocks of a solid foundation first. Okay? Again, unfinished symphony. I almost said that wrong. But when we talk about an unfinished symphony, that's stuff you have to clean up, stuff you have to take care of, letting go of the past, letting go of past loves, letting go of things and people that have hurt you in the past or things that you've hurt people. Make amends. You've got to clean it up. You got to clean it up. You can't sit there and say, nothing's happening, nothing's moving forward for me. What part are you doing to make it happen, to move forward? Things aren't just going to fall in your lap. Plain and simple. They're not going to fall in your lap. You have to work towards it. Breathe. Breathe. Understand that going along with the meditation, breathing, taking the time to take a breath and just say, okay, I need to take a break. I need to just focus and become grounded and balanced. And I am where I am supposed to be at this point in time in my life. And things are going to get better. Okay? They're going to get better. But if you don't take the time, if you're overworked, if you're focusing too much on other people and other people's business and problems or taking on the world, you're not going to go anywhere. Okay? So you need to take that time to breathe. And to be fair talks about balance within our lives. It talks about balance with other people within relationships. Being fair, to be fair. Now, also, not putting too much out in, where a relationship is one-sided or you're doing all the work at work or, the other person is. Things have to be balanced, okay? So where there's good, there's going to be bad. Notice that people have separate, things, events and stuff in their lives. Like life is like a pendulum, okay? I'm just going to tell you, it's like a pendulum. Swings back and forth. And it can swing fast or it can swing slow. So we might be going through a rough time right now, and things are going to swing back to be good. And then it might swing back to be negative, and then it'll swing back to be good. Either way, that's a balance. It's keeping us balanced, okay? Same thing with relationships and how we treat people, okay? So if we are unbalanced within our lives, if we've done things to hurt people, we need to keep the law of karma within the forefront of our mind. Okay, how we react, our actions, the words that we speak, the actions that we do, all of that stuff. So to be fair is about before you do anything, before you make that phone call, before you say something, before you go and do something to another person, stop and think, are you being fair? Be the wise owl. He's wise, he watches, he knows. Don't go off emotion, because if you do, karma does come back and it does bite. If it doesn't, and I've said this before a million times, if it doesn't come back to you personally, karma will come back to a loved one, a family, or a close friend and get them. So, and that's the truth. So think clearly before you treat somebody poorly or come out and say things that you shouldn't say, because it does come back and it does affect you. Okay? So again, this week we have the dolphin spirit and we have the dragonfly spirit. Dolphin spirit, again, is talking about love. And dragonfly spirit sort of is too. So this could even be about love. It could be, people going through a divorce, breaking up in a relationship, wanting to start a new relationship. All of this reading could apply to any part of your life that you see that it fits, if it fits. So we talk about telling our story, this and that or two with the dolphin. Okay, the dolphin represents love. It's a mammal, and it's a fish, right? A water animal. So it has a dual purpose. But they're about love. They're about peace. So when we talk about the dolphin, this and that are true, well, the story that you tell is true, okay, to a point, and the story of the other half is also true. So either way, again, keeping karma in mind, being honest, knowing you're where you are, where you have to be, being open, being transparent when it comes to relationships on all levels. You know, being out of an illusionary state, okay, like the dragonfly spirit says, being out. The truth will be told. The truth will eventually come out. So you might as well just get it out there. Or you could be receiving the truth finally. Okay, whatever illusion that you are under or that others are under, this and that are true. Okay, because what you think, what you believe, what you tell is a true story for your mind. And what the other person tells is a true story for their mind. Okay? In between there is somewhere there's an illusion or there's the truth, right? So either way, the truth is going to come out this week. It's going to break the illusion. It's going to break the fantasy. If you are having issues with somebody or with the situation, it'll come out. Okay? So it does look like a good week. It's a good week for healing. This is what we're talking about. Healing ourselves, healing others emotionally, finding peace within our life this week. Enough of the bickering, enough of the unaccepting, the judging, the, not being compassionate and stuff. Let's put more of that out there. Let's put more of the love out there. Okay, like I said, we're all the same. We're all connected. We are all connected. Okay? So I'm wishing you all a fabulous week. Check out my website if you'd like at www.angelic-comfort.com. You can sign up for a personal reading. If you're local, you can catch me on Facebook and find out when I'm going to be at the Open Door to the Immortal Phoenix at 139 State Street in Auburn, New York. Make an appointment for up there. And that's about it. Just enjoy the week, everybody. Seize the moment and be kind. Be kind to one another, all right? Much love to you all. Namaste.